Hey, thank you for pressing play, listener. This week on the Jock and Nerd podcast, we got 2 new celebrity shoutouts.
Geek Boner.
The first social media reactions to Captain Marvel are out. Netflix and Marvel complete their breakup, and Wolverine earns a Guinness World Record.
Wowie zowie!
Plus, Chris Hemsworth moving from playing Thor to playing a Hulk, a listener review of Alita Battle Angel, our spoiler review of the pilot episode of Doom Patrol on the DC Universe app, and so much more, all in this edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, February 21st, 2019.
Check 1. All right. This is really fans out there. Let's give it up. We're jocking, we nerding. We're funny, disturbing. We're nerded. Spoiler alert. Oh yeah! Shocking, nerded. We're funny, disturbing. Oh yeah! Shocking, nerded. We're spoiler alert. Shocking, nerded. What's up?
Oh, hello, listener. How's it going? Thanks for joining us, and welcome once again to the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose.
Jock and Nerd.
My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
And that felty over there in the corner just went through a horrible accident and had to be rebuilt by cardboard. Of course, it's Rugbot Man. What's up, Rugs?
Yes, damn, I have nothing for that. I didn't know that you were gonna. I didn't know where you were going with that.
I blew your Rugbot Man spot. How's that cardboard exoskeleton holding up?
I'm
for
basically
you?
RoboCock.
Yes, RoboCock. Absolutely. There you go.
Yeah.
Ruggaboycock. Rugs, how you feeling these days? Everything good?
How come you're always so worried about my health?
I don't know, because you are
always ask him how he's doing.
because he's
You never ask me how I'm doing. I always ask him.
I don't really give a fuck how you're doing, Anthony. I see you all week long. I know how you're doing.
Look,
his abs are chiseled, and sometimes he's sweaty.
Yeah, you see him.
You know.
Every day.
Rugs, I don't see you, so I'm worried about my felty friend. Just tell me you're doing okay.
Should I mail myself to you again?
Maybe you should. I need a physical check. But you sound fine. So you know what?
Plane rides are a bitch.
Yes, that's fine. You know what? Don't answer that question. Listener, if you are new to the show, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for stumbling on here. Visit the website, jockandnerd.com/262 for show notes for this very episode. And there's going to be a lot of fun links to videos, links to articles, how to contact the show, how to subscribe to the show. A lot of valuable information. And before we get to the geek news this week, listener, for the third time in a row, the third week in a row, we have new celebrity shout-outs.
Jock and Nerd.
They keep rolling in, guys. We got 2 new ones to share with the listener. This first one comes to us from our pal, Rug Boy's biggest fan on Twitter, one David Mobley. Right, Rugs?
Yes, David Mobile.
David Mobile and the lovely, crazy, wacky, bizarre, surreal website called Cameo.com, where you can book a celebrity or an athlete to do a video shout out for you.
Yeah.
So David has already brought us Andy Dick several times. Yeah. Like we got a lot of Dick. Then we got the Riff Raff, Rugs.
Yes.
I didn't know who that was. Now I know who that is. But you know how we talked about David doesn't actually listen to the show?
Yeah.
I think he may have listened to the show because in the episode where we played Riff Raff, we ended up talking about one Andy Milonakis. And Anthony, he was in the video with the band 3 Loco. Do you think this?
So you got Riff Raff and Andy Milonakis.
Yes. So and
all we need is Dirt Nasty to round out the 3. We got all 3 logos.
So he must have listened to that show because guess what, listener? We have a shout out endorsement from Mr. Andy Milonakis. Here it is.
Hey, what up? Shout out to Jock and Nerd Show. Got a crazy puppet called Rug Boy. I want to meet that guy one day.
And you can.
You know what I'm saying? If you wish there was a Stern Show for geek news and sports, there is. It's called the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Check it out.
Jock and Nerd. Oh my God, I love Andy Milonakis.
That's great.
That's amazing for people who maybe don't know the Andy Milonakis. He was big on MTV. He raps. He's got music videos.
He is
How do you
78
describe
years
him?
old. He is 78 years old and looks like he's 15.
Well, he's
kind of like Imran in reverse.
He's reversed me. He's in his 40s, but looks like he's 15. But he has a condition.
He
But
wants to meet that guy.
But Andy Milonakis wants to meet Rug Boy.
Wowie!
Let's set up a meet and greet with the.
I'll mail this up to him.
Yes.
I'll FedEx my fucking body to him.
Anthony, let me ask you this. Is this proof that David Mobley actually does listen to the show? Why else would he pick the Milonakis?
I think he might listen to the show. And if that is the case, David, first off.
Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Thank you. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
I think this might be the first or second time you've tuned in. Moving forward, we appreciate all these, but if you could just get the guy to state their name
That's all.
prior to them giving the message, that would be even better. So something along the lines of, "Hi, I'm Andy Milonakis, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast," and then have them say something after. That would be fun too. But we appreciate everything so far.
Yes, I would love these, David. Thank you so much for the amazing shout-outs. Now, as an example of what Anthony just described, here's a perfect lesson. Take notes. This one comes anonymous, and it's amazing. I love it. Needs no introduction.
This is Norm MacDonald, and you're listening to the, hang on, I got it here. It says
Awkward pause.
the Jock and Nerd podcast, known for their series of gay erotica found on Amazon. No, that's not that. Oh, well, I fucked that up, I guess.
Yes.
And
I fucked that up. I meant to press this. Fucking
Nerd.
Norm MacDonald. Amazing. Anthony, do you know Norm MacDonald? I'm a huge fan of Norm
I
MacDonald.
didn't know the name until because you showed me the video prior to the show, and I just didn't recognize who the fuck he was. Then I looked him up in his younger days, and I go, "Oh, that's who Norm MacDonald is." So yes, I know who Norm
He
MacDonald is.
hosted-
But he's definitely aged.
He's aged. He's almost 60 now. But in the 90s, he was the anchor on SNL for Weekend Update.
He dated Elle McPherson, I think.
Oh, he did it, Al. Amazing. That is perfect Norm MacDonald delivery. That's like his comedy. It's just this awkward pauses. Ruggs, what'd you think about that one?
Oh, that's like a legend right there.
That's amazing. We got a Norm MacDonald drop. Holy shit. Thank you.
That's huge.
Thank you
That's huge.
so much. That's how it's done. And look, just for fun, we have to play this one again from last week because how can you not want to hear this?
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to the Jock and Nerd podcast. Why? I don't know.
That is so great.
How legendary is that?
That's an all timer.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. So the last thing that happened, I tweeted that video. I tagged Gilbert, and no big deal, but Gilbert retweeted us
Oh, shit.
to like 390,000 people.
Maybe Gilbert's tuning in.
Holy shit. So I was...
Gilbert, hello.
I wasn't-
I'm waving to you.
I wasn't-
with my feet.
But yeah, are you wave with your feet? Is that a thing now? I wasn't nervous at all, but Fiddlesticks Winterbottom had to go ahead and post on our Facebook group. Now make sure tomorrow's episode is a good one in case you get a lot of newbies listening in. So hello, Gilbert's followers. We definitely picked up some Twitter followers from that whole thing.
You did?
Yes. Well, while it happened,
There was a bunch of likes on that, a couple retweets.
It has
way
the-
more likes on that than anything
yes,
we've ever
it is
put.
pinned to our Twitter account right now. It's got the most likes than any other tweet that we have. And
I literally just said that.
oh, sorry. I wasn't.
Can you say it again?
What happened? How many?
Say it again.
Think about what you're going to say and don't listen to anyone else.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Who cares? A jock said that. Whoa.
Look, we did get some followers. I saw some followers that were liking it, that were his followers. So look, listener, book Gilbert on Cameo. Have him do like a voicemail message. How hilarious would that be if he was on your voicemail? It's a great site. Let's send him some love. He also has a podcast. He's been podcasting since 2014. It's called Gilbert Godfrey's Amazing Colossal Podcast. And you can find it at gilbertpodcast.com. Check it out. He's interviews like everyone. Every fucking
Does he have
awesome
news, reviews?
No, he doesn't.
Whatever he chooses.
It's whatever he chooses. It's him talking to famous people that he knows, comedians, actors, pretty amazing list of guests.
Why? I don't know.
That's pretty good, Anthony. Anthony does a pretty mean Gilbert. So, holy shit, we got the J Muse, Taylor Gray, Gilbert Gottfried, Norm MacDonald, Andy Milanakis, Andy Dick Riffraff. When will this end? There
One of
may
those
be
doesn't
more.
belong.
Yeah, some of those stuff. It's a weird
Two
group
of
of
three
people.
logo.
We got 2/3 of Three Loco. Maybe we'll get the third one, and I believe there's yet more to come.
Oh, there is. This is just beginning.
This is just beginning. Stay tuned.
Cameo is a wild. site.
Cameo.com listener. They should be sponsoring our show at this point.
I mean,
They
look,
kind of are.
it's easy way to get fun content to talk about on the show.
It really is.
Like, one of the fans are like, hey, I love the Jock and Nerd podcast. Let me just add a little something to the show.
Yep.
A little sprinkle of salt.
A little flavor, and we can't thank you guys enough for booking these cameos, as they call them. Book. It's unbelievable. All right, let's get to the news, you dirty, filthy bastards.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
We are like a week and a half away from Captain Marvel coming out, March 8th.
Oh, shit.
Less than 2 weeks.
Oh, really? 2 weeks?
Yes. Probably less by the time this show posts.
When does it come out?
March 8th.
Oh.
And the review embargo lifts March 4th.
Oh.
But last night, it was screened for critics, and they are allowed to post on social media. My question is this: how come we can't get into these fucking screenings, people?
Oh, shit.
What the shit? Who do I got to blow to get to these screenings? Come on. I'll have
Imran will blow someone.
I'll have Rug Boy do it.
I'll blow someone, yeah.
Yeah.
We got our own dude from Fire Festival right here, Imran.
Yes, he was ready to go over there for the water. God bless that
You're
man.
ready to go over there for Marvel.
Listen, I'm a company man. I will do what it takes to get the job
Take it
done.
out.
Yes. So we're going to talk about everything, some of the things we learned that are not spoilery and some of the early reactions of the movie. But they put out this new TV spot, guys. I don't know if you saw this. It's called Rise, and it's why I feel it's interesting is it starts out positioning Captain Marvel up there with the big guys. You see a shot of Tony Stark from the first movie working on his suit, and it says some heroes are built. Then you see Captain America, it says some are made. Then you see Thor, and it says some are born. And then they're like, find out on March 8th, find out what makes Captain Marvel a hero.
She's all three.
My opinion, this is the best thing they've put out.
This TV spot?
Yep.
It really
It's better than any of the trailers they've put out, anything I've heard, anything I've seen.
Interesting.
It's really well done. It's only 45 seconds.
So what I kind of love about this, first of all, her punching spaceships in space, that's always fucking awesome. I want to see so much more of that. But you really get
I just can't unsee that Iron Man thing that's exactly the same.
But that's what they're showing in the trailer. Hopefully there's a lot more. But you really get the sense that this is like, we're going to see the origin of the first hero in the MCU that was created.
Not necessarily the first hero, but someone that you haven't known about. Because the first hero is Captain America.
Well, all right. But he was frozen at this time. The first hero, modern age. When
he was okay, fine.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
what are the reviews saying?
All right. Early reviews are very glowing, very positive.
As usual.
As usual. One person, I like the one comment where somebody was like, the MCU feels more complete with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel in it. There's great music moments for 90s kids.
Yeah, let me comment. There was the gist I got was obviously overall very positive. Brie Larson is really good in it.
Yeah.
But Ben
Mendelsohn as Talos, the Skrull leader.
He steals the show.
Apparently it's a multi-layered, awesome villain.
I got an echo in here.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying you fuck.
Oh, I don't hear anything wrong, Anthony, on my side. The connection is just fine.
You son of a bitch. Also that it's not like the Guardians in terms of tone. It's different and it melds well with the 90s with a ton of 9 Inch Nails or some good use of 9 Inch Nails in it.
I mean, I'm seeing it. It's a good mixture. It's funny. It's fun. There's action. There's a good balance.
But we're used to seeing this. We're used to seeing like the most glowing. Like I mean, I tweeted like I was trolling. You know, I was tweeting like it's the best thing. Like it's
sliced
better
bread.
than air.
Yes,
you know.
They're all like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am encouraged though that the villain is something that people are enjoying.
Well, their villains have been kind of getting better movie by movie, and the last one was just an amazing Thanos. Everyone talking about Thanos.
At what point do you think like the real reviews come out, where people start to actually like give you their real opinions?
Well, once the movie comes out, March 4th, you'll see.
I think it's far after the movie comes out. Like it's like maybe 2 weeks later, then people start going, okay, let's really talk about this movie.
Here's the real deal. I mean, people, of course, are going to call it the best fucking movie ever. Yada yada.
It is the best.
It is.
I want to temper my expectations because going in with expectations too high is always a bad idea.
That's true.
Good. For you, that's probably the best idea.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like, okay, it's probably gonna be like, no, I'm gonna try and see. Like Marvel usually has a bar of quality.
Yep.
And I think that Doctor Strange and Ant-Man are like a good barometer.
Okay.
Like it's definitely more money than Ant-Man gets. Because this is like a way bigger movie. It's more important.
Honestly, they weren't all completely positive. I saw some that said the first half. One guy was like, the first half was a little uninspired, but it picks up. This guy said, Drew Taylor says, really love Captain Marvel. It's a little wobbly at times, but only because it's so ambitious, beautifully constructed. But then you got a great 90s sci-fi vibe, mysterious, dorky, retro, trippy. But I did see one guy who was like, the beginning of it is a little like Marvel formulaic, uninspired. So they weren't all like 100%. But here's some important things to take away. It starts with an emotional Stan Lee tribute, which is great. That's what you want to see. There are 2 post-credit scenes, people.
Oh, shit.
Which is also standard, I guess, but it's good to have confirmation. Brie Larson rules. One Twitter comment is like, Thanos is fucked. Well, Thanos is fucked. Lots of Easter eggs. It's weird. The Skrulls work. And, look out for the cat to steal the show or whatever. But I'm excited, though. All this got me really excited.
Yeah, people are so excited about cats.
I don't know why. They love their cats.
And it's ridiculous.
Cat named Goose.
Like, if I see a dog in a movie, I usually think the dog is going to die.
Well, if it's a John Wick movie, there's a high. Yeah, it's high.
Well, listen, any movie, like A Dog's Life, or any of those fucking movies, like, Marley and Me, or whatever, they all fucking die.
Cats never die unless they're on Narcos.
Oh, shit, that's right. As a message to Agent Murphy.
Old Yeller.
Can I just say,
on.
I love dog movies like A Dog's Life, but A Dog's Life is the cruelest fucking movie. You literally watch 4 dogs die in this movie, and you're supposed to just stick with it. I was like, fuck you. It's a good movie.
And no one gets a boner when you say you put a dog in a movie. Like, what's happening to this dog?
I was crying at the end of A Dog's Life. I will admit. I was fucking, it got me. But I was like, you're making me watch this dog die over and over again, you fucking bastards. You know who was not happy for the Captain Marvel? I guess is angry male trolls on the internet who are review bombing the movie on Rotten Tomatoes, which they haven't seen it yet, which is just dumb. So so there's no rating yet, but it's at like 66% want to see it or something. But
look, I want this movie to succeed, and I think the people who are doing that are douchebags. Like, you have to see the movie to really.
What are you doing?
I have no comment for idiocy on that we're going to talk about.
No, we're not talking about it.
I'm already over it.
So it's a 55% want to see.
Anything where it's complete lunacy is we don't have to discuss.
It's just
dumb.
It's
so dumb.
So it's basically you fucking trolls. It ain't gonna work. So because
watch the movie first.
Fandango has already said the pre-sales are outselling Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and I
feel like Fandango says this for everything.
They do, but they said it's also third Marvel movie for highest pre-sales behind Infinity War, Black Panther, of course, or Endgame, whatever. So it's third Marvel, but above Aquaman, Wonder Woman, whatever. Listener, are you excited for Captain Marvel? Let us know. Visit our website, jockandnerd.com.
Let us know in the comments below. Wait, no, that's not.
No, that's not the YouTube. Are we on YouTube? Holy shit. Hi, YouTube. Wait, there's no camera here.
Subtweet us.
We
are on YouTube, but
we are. It's after the fact, not live.
Yeah.
Are we on Reddit? No. Subreddit? No. jockandnerd.com/contact, where you'll find links on how to get in touch, including our awesome Facebook group called Jock and Nerd Nation. What's up, Nation?
Jock and Nerd.
It's an exclusive closed group just for you, listener.
We have news from the nation.
Oh, that's not that's coming later.
That's later.
Okay, say news from the nation as Gilbert Gottfried, Anthony. Can you do that?
Oh, no.
Damn it, I put him on the spot. Sorry.
I can only copy and mimic. I can't come up with my own material for people's voices.
Join the Facebook group and also follow us on Twitter. Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, but follow us on Instagram. We're new to the Instagram at Jock and Nerd. Link in the show notes.
You get to see pictures of me.
Yeah, I'm posting stuff there, listener, that I have not posted in other platforms.
One post a day, if that, Imran.
Yes,
multiple posts.
I've been good. I'm mixing it up with some like animated videos, some still pictures.
There you go.
It's a lot of fun, and I love getting all the followers on the gram. The kids call it that. I sound like an idiot.
It is on the gram or IG.
IG. Hit us up on the IG.
On the IG.
Slide into my IG DMs, BT Dubs. The fuck am I saying? All right, moving on. Something we knew was coming, and it's been made official, which is the relationship between Marvel and Netflix officially over, as they have officially canceled
Dunzo.
The Punisher and Jessica Jones. Now, Punisher put out a second season. We watched it. It was very entertaining. It was very good. We loved it. This Jessica Jones season 3 is coming out this year. It hasn't even come out, and they didn't wait. They're like, we're going to save a press release. We'll just put them both in this one.
Yeah.
Typing is hard.
So is it coming out?
It's still
Netflix?
coming out. It's still going to come out. And what's more, these shows will probably live on Netflix for years. I don't think they're going anywhere. But if you don't, we've discussed ad nauseum why this is happening. Ruggs, break it down for the new listener. Why is Netflix canceling the Marvel shows? Why did they cancel all the Marvel shows?
Well, Disney now is taking all of its stuff off of there.
That's one reason.
And so it's moving over to Hulu because it controls like a majority interest in Hulu.
Yep. After they bought Fox, they have 60% controlling interest in Hulu.
So Netflix also bought a lot of superhero titles, and they're like, okay, we don't need this anymore.
They want to make their own stuff.
They cost a lot to do these shows for Marvel, and they're like, we could probably save a lot of money and just get rid of these licenses. So
I feel like, Netflix just outgrew Marvel. They don't need them anymore. They needed them back then in 2013 or whatever.
After Stranger Things and some of the other stuff that's come out, Narcos and all the other shit, they've kind of like carved out a little spot for themselves.
Absolutely.
And they don't really need to bank on Marvel's. And Marvel's taking their shit back anyway. So it's like, it was bound to happen. You know what I mean?
Anthony, would you want to see these things show up on Hulu? We heard some rumors that they may want to bring back Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, but I think they're going to have to restart again from the beginning. It won't be
I don't
this.
know about that. Why would they restart that from the beginning?
Because I was listening to Collider Heroes. The guy made a good point. Why, if you're doing a season 3 of Daredevil on Hulu, why would you send them to your competitor? Season 4. Why would you send them to your competitor Netflix to catch up on the first 3 seasons?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because
it doesn't matter.
I don't think it matters because Buffy went to a different channel and was
network
continued.
TV is fucking different though.
A lot of shows that were on network TV continue on in other mediums now.
And you're just over. I mean, people are. I know we were prior to the show. We were talking about how dumb people are, but digitally, people are smart. They can jump from one platform to another pretty fucking easily.
I don't think it matters. I don't think that loyalty matters.
Yeah.
As long as they're already paying for it, they don't give a shit.
Right.
If they're already paying for Hulu, they don't care.
No, I'm just saying you are not, because in the contract, I believe you got to wait 2 years. I don't think you're going to be able to assemble the same cast and crew and creative to continue the shows where they left off, which is unfortunate because we had some great cliffhangers.
I think they can definitely get everyone back, the bands back together for Hulu. I don't want to see everything come to Hulu.
Yeah.
At least I think Daredevil for sure. We'll see what Jessica Jones ends up with, and maybe Punisher. Everything else wasn't great.
It depends on the viewership, right? Daredevil's got a built-in audience. It's not huge, but it's there.
Yeah.
And all these other shows have their own audiences. So if Marvel stuff fails to kind of draw an audience, they might go back to the well and go, okay, this worked. But I don't know if it could actually happen, though. That's the thing. I'm very I would like it to happen. I don't know if it will.
I know that this is different in terms of voice acting, but remember Young Justice ended after 2 seasons, and there was a huge outcry because it ended prematurely, and finally it came back.
Yeah, on Netflix.
I could see this, I could see the same thing for Daredevil. Wasn't Firefly the same way?
What happened with Firefly is that they got canceled by Fox too early.
Yeah.
And the outcry came, and Fox didn't want to continue it, but they made a movie.
Right, there you go. So I mean,
to give fans an ending.
So there's things that can come back with enough hype behind it, enough fan support, and I think Daredevil is one of those things that ended prematurely and could come back.
Fans will want it.
Yeah.
You know who's really pissed about the Punisher cancellation? Eminem.
Oh shit!
He tweeted at them, "Dear at Netflix, all capital letters, regarding your cancellation of the Punisher, you are blowing it. Sincerely, Marshall." He's actually mad. And so he must be a big Punisher fan. But did you guys know there was an Eminem Punisher comic book?
Oh, shit.
In 2009?
No, I did not know that.
It's one episode, and the story...
One issue?
One issue. It's funny because it's billed as it's 2-issue limited series. There was only one that came out, May 2009. Joe Quesada was the editor, written by Fred Van Lente, penciled by Salvador LaRocca, and the title's called Kill You, which is an Eminem song, and like he's performing at a concert. Shit happens. The Punisher has to help him. But yeah, there is a Punisher Eminem comic book. I wonder if it's a collector's item. I've never seen this.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, no, when he
wasn't reading comics in 2009.
me neither. That's probably why. But in
I
conjunction
was, but
with
I don't
Marvel.
remember it at all.
That's crazy. So I think he's got a personal connection.
I stopped reading The Punisher after they gave him like demon guns.
Oh, he had demon guns?
Yes.
I like the John Romita Jr. run of The Punisher.
Yeah.
Warzone, all that shit. That was great.
I mean, I think I read Welcome Back, Frank, which was with Garth Ennis.
Yeah,
Steve
that's
Dillon.
really good too. But yeah, Eminem was in The Punisher. He loves The Punisher. So going back to Netflix and Marvel situation, I've seen a couple articles from Screen Rant, a couple of interesting things saying pretty much Netflix doesn't need Marvel, and the Umbrella Academy proves it. Umbrella Academy just released on Netflix. Has anybody seen any of it yet?
No, I don't have that time.
Nope.
Anthony, I've watched the first 3 episodes, and it's very good. It's a fucked up family show with superpowers, similar to Deadly Class that we reviewed last week, and similar to the Doom Patrol that we're going to review in a little bit. But wow, it's really good. I can't wait to get back and watch it. Apparently, Umbrella Academy, the biggest digital show in the U.S. right now. The buzz for this was huge. Everybody's loving it.
I plan to watch it. Just got to find the time.
Yes, I think we should review the whole season. It's
we'll see.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's this show is going to be. This could be another big hit like Stranger Things for Netflix.
The problem with, at least for this, it's all come out at once.
Yes.
We'll get into Doom Patrol, but the other 2 shows that I want to watch, this and Deadly Class, I gotta fucking wait. And yes, you're right. And I mentioned this to Imran the other day. All 3 of these shows are all about fucked up families.
Yes, they're
fucked
all
up family
about
dynamics.
fucked up family dynamics, and they're all really good in their own regard. I'm really excited that these 3 shows are out right now. I've caught up on Deadly Class, like the first 5 episodes. It's very good, man. It's a lot of fun.
Why did they release Doom? Do you think they did that strategically? Doom Patrol and especially Doom Patrol and Deadly Class. I mean, they're both X-Men type feel shows.
What's
right?
weirder is Doom Patrol and Umbrella Academy coming out at the exact same time because Gerard Way has worked on both books, and his influence is in both shows from the stuff he wrote. And those 2 are very similar. Like, there's going to be a lot of debates of what's better, Umbrella Academy or Doom Patrol, because they are very similar.
I definitely think that Doom Patrol is going to get left in the dust because Umbrella Academy is just on Netflix.
You can watch all of it. Yes. And
so many more people are punking down money from Netflix.
And Warner Brothers is really banking on the buzz from Doom Patrol to get new subscribers, and it's still not international, which is really hurting them.
Well, that thing, I just wish they would go the Netflix route and release it all at once.
You expect DC to make good decisions?
Yeah.
No. Doesn't happen.
There's a lot of weird choices, weird decisions. If they will ever learn, it is yet to be seen.
Every time they do something good, they do something
to undo it.
Stupid
Yes,
to undo
absolutely,
it. Yes.
all the time. Just like we made Aquaman, it made $1 billion. It is in the top 20 highest grossing movies now. What are we gonna do with that? Let's make The Trench.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Does that make any sense? Let's talk about something fun. Another 30-second spot. This one for Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Geek boner.
And the reason I put this in here, it doesn't show a lot, but it shows a lot of great monster shots. It shows Godzilla and Ghidorah running at each other. What do you guys think of what you got to see in this 30-second spot?
Well, you see a lot of different things. Number one, you see reveals of somewhat of a reveal of the monsters that they haven't mentioned, which are
one comes right out of the ground at the oil rig,
and one comes out of a mountain. You can kind of see his face a little bit.
That's a great shot. The mountain's just sitting there, and then it fucking starts to move. You're like, holy shit.
And there is a shot of Rodan and Ghidorah flying at each other, but I don't know. I think it might be a swerve because I think they're on the same side. They might be just in the first Godzilla, the two Mutos like went up to each other and started fucking making out. and
Yeah,
shit.
they were
So,
just
like,
sniffing each other's balls.
Yeah,
My balls was hot.
yeah. So it could be a swerve. He could be like flying up to him to like, say, hey, what's up, motherfucker?
Anthony, I know you're in the bag for this movie, but does it get you a little more hyped at all, or we were just like,
definitely. I mean, the first shot, a lot of speculation. That's Kumonga, who's the giant spider kaiju. The mountain almost certainly has to be Anguirus, who is the spinal or the what do you call him? The four-legged spinal horn
Yeah,
with
like
a
an
shell,
ankylosaurus.
kind of a shell.
Ankylosaurus. There you go. Yeah,
Ankylosaurus, right?
with the horned shell.
Does he have a tail with a thing at the
He
end?
does with spikes on
Yeah,
the end.
okay.
I think personally that Rodan King Ghidorah shot is real, and I am afraid that Rodan is going to get his or her ass kicked by King Ghidorah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You think all these monsters make it out alive at the end of this?
No. I think each of them have their little dance with King Ghidorah, and they all lose up until Godzilla.
And then it's up to Godzilla.
Yeah. My only concern is they're introducing a lot of kaiju in one movie.
Yeah. They're shoving a lot of things in this.
I don't think that they're really in the movie, the other kaiju.
You don't think so?
I think they're just. I have a theory that Godzilla will do that. Like he will basically in the old Godzilla, in the one that came out in 2014. Godzilla woke because they were communicating with each other with these high-pitched
Godzilla's
sounds.
woke now? Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's really woke.
Man, he's so woke.
Yeah, he's very politically correct. And he woke because the Mutos were talking to each other with these like vibrations. So I think that Godzilla at the end of this movie, he's going to like activate other monsters with his call and wake them up. And I think that's the last shot of the movie.
Activate.
You know?
Yeah, that might be the case. I did hear a rumor that shot where he's shooting straight up in the sky is an important shot.
Oh, that's like the calling.
Yeah.
Well, look, one thing's for sure. This year's G-Fest, the world's largest Godzilla and Japanese kaiju fan convention, is going to be lit, yo.
Oh, shit.
How crestfallen are you going to be if this movie just bombs at the box office?
Oh, boy.
Me?
Because like, how many people do you know that are pumped for this? Like, I'm pumped for it. You're pumped for it. Imran is in the bag because he's sharing our excitement.
Yeah, I saw all the movies, and I really like the two leading up to this.
I mean, I am a little concerned because it is coming out, I think, 2 or 3 weeks after Endgame, which is not the worst spot in the world, but not the best either. I don't know.
This needs to make like $700 million at least.
Well, so the first Godzilla, or not the first, but the one in 2014 made 200 domestic, 530 worldwide. If they can hit
that.
Those kind of numbers again, it should be fine.
May 31st, end of the month of May. So a whole month after
It's
Endgame.
5 years after the last
And
Godzilla.
5 years after that. But you had
that
Skull
long?
Island.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You had,
Usually it's a quicker turnaround than
Well,
that.
you
You
had
had Kong Skull
yeah,
Island,
that-
but I don't think fans knew that
that was connected.
connected.
Yeah. So that was the movie in between. But yeah, man, I'm hyped to see 11 and Tyrion Lannister's dad take on Godzilla or be friends with Godzilla or whatever's
The
gonna happen.
Lannisters versus
The
Godzilla.
Lannisters and the fucking Stranger Things girl. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Last thing in the news. Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart have earned Guinness World Records for their roles as Wolverine and Charles Xavier.
Oh, shit.
Official Guinness World Records. The record is exactly. Hold on, let me find it.
What's the record for?
Yeah.
It is for the longest career as a live action Marvel superhero. He began at 17.
It's very specific.
Yes, it's a very specific record they made for this. 17 years he played Wolverine along with Patrick Stewart playing Xavier in the X-Men movies.
I used to love the Guinness Book of World Records, and then I realized
It's kind of a joke, isn't it?
it's
They
such a
just
joke.
make
I
it
just
shit
love
up now.
Guinness. I just love
Guinness is good, just like the sign says.
Do I have the record for the longest time a puppet has hosted a podcast?
I think we can apply for that. I think they'll increase.
Like, it's been like, what, 4 years?
I just remember when I was a kid, I would go through the Guinness World Records and you would see the thing you always saw was that the Indian dude with the long fingernails
Long
that
nails,
curled
yep.
up. Yes.
Yep.
And the other Indian dude with the really long mustache.
Yep.
And you'd be like, these are some fucking crazy
And then
records.
you usually see a big obese dude. They used to have a show on
the tallest
Fox.
man. Yeah.
They used to have a show on Fox with the Guinness World Book of World Records, and you would see that Indian guy with the long nails all the time.
There was a museum in Chicago. It was the Guinness World Museum, and you would see like a statue of the world's tallest man and all these fucking other crazy things.
Those things are cool. These stupid little fucking records. That they make up are stupid.
So here's how stupid Guinness is. True fact. I am officially part of a Guinness World Record a few years ago. It's like it was like five or maybe 7 years ago. We were part of the world's largest guitar lesson, outdoor guitar lesson. Me and my wife
talking about that.
Yeah. What was the other one?
I'm talking about a couple years ago at work when we were part of the world's largest cookie dumping into milk rally.
Oh, it was the Girl Scouts cookie dunk. No, I was
cookie dunk.
Yeah, cookie. No,
you were a part of that. You were there.
No, fuck that. I wasn't part of that. I was actually a part of the guitar lesson. The people, they taught everyone 3 chords. And there was like 500, 600 people with guitars. We played 2 songs with these 3 chords all together. World's largest guitar lesson. And we got a little certificate from Guinness. I don't even know where the fuck it is, but I was part of that. Rugs, what are you part of?
I was going to say that you should have gotten the world record for the longest time talking without breathing.
I own that record. I created that record.
Yeah, that's.
I remember that. So, sorry. The show on Fox was Guinness World Records Prime Time.
Okay.
Hosted by Chris Collinsworth and Mark Thompson, and it included people trying to beat records in Guinness.
Oh, it was like a game show almost.
Yeah. One of the records that was attempted was squirting milk from one's eye.
Whoa.
Jesus.
I remember that, actually.
Well, they have like the farthest spit, world's longest spitter, and like all this fucking dumb shit in there.
Gross.
It's a great book. Gross. All right, look, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to play some promos of some friendly pod buddies of ours. Check out their shows, and we'll be right back with our review of the pilot episode of Doom Patrol on the DC Universe app right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, this is Henno.
And this is Stephanie.
And we're from the Gotham Lights Podcast.
Also, the Orville Lights Podcast, sometimes.
They are 2 podcasts dedicated to the television show Gotham
and the Orville.
Now, where can they reach us, Steph?
I'm so glad you asked, Henno. You can find us on Twitter at Gotham Lights. You can also find us on Facebook, don't you know?
Don't you know?
Just by searching Gotham Lights. Gotham Lights Podcast at gmail.com.
What's up, guys? This is Gerald and my buddy right across from me, as always,
Andy.
We are 2 Peas on a Podcast, and we want to invite you to join us weekly as we discuss. What do we talk about?
We talk about a little bit of everything.
We talk about too much.
Events,
we talk about too
politics,
much
sports. We even talk about sports. We're dudes.
We talk about too much stuff. In fact, don't join us. It's too much. It's too complicated.
I think you're confusing them, Gerald.
We are a weekly podcast discussing current events, pop culture, hot topics.
Hot. The topics are hot.
Not the retail store, just Hot Topics. Well,
I used to love that. Was a great store.
If anything happened at Hot Topic, we would discuss that as well.
You want to get you a black Metallica shirt and some studded earrings?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But my name's Gerald and my buddy Andy, and you can catch us on 2 Peas on a Podcast. Please go to our website. It's 2peasonapod.com.
Check it out.
Check us out on Twitter at 2 Peas on a Pod, and subscribe via iTunes or Google Play. We hope to hear you listening, because we can't do that though, can we?
No, we can do it. We can hear them listening.
We hope to see that you listened via our stats or whatever.
We're everywhere.
But check us out, 2 Peas on a Podcast, guys.
And
Hey, listener, if you've been enjoying the show and you want more show, there's one place you can go. It's our fan club. Join the fan club. It's at jockandnerd.com/Patreon. If you feel like giving back, if we made you laugh, you want to support the show, that's where you can go. And for as little as $1 a month, you will get access to a whole bonus podcast feed. It's a whole separate feed just for our awesome supporters. Thank you guys for your continued support. You will get bonus episodes, early access to all the shows in the main feed. For example, this week, new Jock Talk, Anthony.
Their bottom is very weak.
It's quite weak. We got TJ from Voice from the Underground.
Yeah. VFU represent. That's awesome. I love when you guys all hang out together and podcast.
Yes.
We will also have in the Patreon feed a bonus review. This time it's John Wick for Steve Lee.
Talking Nerd.
Steve Lee, pick it up. Your order's here. Pick it up just for you.
Done and done.
Ding, ding.
The day this show posts in the Patreon, early release of the next episode of the spin-off show.
Bro, do you even podcast?
Yes, he does. And a lot. Who is on this episode 3, Anthony?
Episode 3 is with Cheryl de Guzman, who's a name you haven't heard before, but she is a CrossFit coach and nutrition coach and aspiring podcaster.
Lovely person. Very lovely person.
Bunch of different things.
Yeah. No, so we're putting out so much fucking content, listeners. 6 episodes this month alone. Sign up for the Patreon. That's like 12 cents an episode. We're putting out so much shit. It's value. You're getting value.
So much.
And it's going to continue going. I'm very excited. jockandnerd.com/Patreon. All right, let's get...
And listener,
yes.
wait.
Yes.
I know it's on Patreon, but you haven't actually mentioned it really all that much on the air. And if you have, you haven't emphasized it. But we have a new goal.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. We mentioned it once. Let me just refresh our goals. One goal was if we make it to $300 a month, we will do a special thank you episode. So we hit that. Thank you so much. The next goal, if we reach $450 per month, we'll record one full bonus Patreon-only episode every month. Just one episode of us fucking around, whatever, more content. Now, if we hit that goal... If we get to $600 per month, Anthony will give me a full makeover, top to bottom, taint
we'll film it.
to
and
asshole.
You'll film it.
And we will film it. I give him complete permission to do whatever he wants with my hair, my beard, whatever clothes you want. But we're going to need $600 a month to fund this little adventure, listener. We will film it. We'll make it like one of those fucking TLC reality shows, like a makeover show, like our own version of Queer Eye for the Imran guy. And it'll be phenomenal. So everyone pool in. Let's get to $600 a month. It's going to be worth it. Trust me. I need this makeover. I'm a walking fucking disaster.
You're a disheveled mess for sure.
Yes.
I got to see this.
Who has urination problems. Check out the Patreon for more information on that. All right. Let's get to the Doom Patrol pilot spoiler review. Here's your spoiler alert.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Released on the DC Universe app, the third original series after Titans and Young Justice Outsiders. That's just given us half of their season 3. The other half's going to come later. Based on the Doom Patrol comic book by DC that was originally created by Arnold Drake, Bob Haney, Bruno Premiani. First appearance, My Greatest Adventure number 80 in June of 1963. Now, here's our old saying at the show. DC does it first, Marvel does it better. Whether Stan was watching this or he knew this was going on, I don't know. But Doom Patrol comes out June 1963. X-Men debut September of 1963.
Oh, shit.
Mere months later in the same year. And they're both kind of similar. Doom Patrol, admittedly.
Kind of similar.
A little, very similar. They both got a leader in a wheelchair.
It's like a 3-month gap.
Yeah, both.
Leader in a wheelchair, creepy house.
Powers, fucked up family dynamic.
Yep.
Little school for gifted. This is crazy. So the team has consisted of various lineups from the comics. Robot Man, Cliff Steele, is the only one who has been on all the Doom Patrol incarnations.
That's correct.
So Elastigirl, Crazy Jane, in this show have never been on the team, actually, at the same time. In the second episode, we're going to see Cyborg. He has not been in this show, but Beast Boy from Titans, who we met Doom Patrol in the Titans as a spinoff with Beast Boy. He knew them. He has been on the show. So I wonder if they're going to bring him.
There's a lot of dudes that used to be on this Doom Patrol. They swap people out all the time.
Like a rotating
I want to see
team.
Flex Mentallo show up.
Oh, Flex Mentallo. The cast on this is pretty great. Leading off with Brendan Fraser as Cliff Steele, Robot Man. He's Cliff Steele in flashbacks, the voice of Robot Man. There's another guy playing actual Robot Man. Similar as Matt Bomer is playing Larry Traynor and voices Negative Man, but another guy is actually playing him. You got Alan Tudyk as the main bad guy, Mr. Nobody. April Bowlby as Elastigirl. Diane Guerrero as Crazy Jane. Timothy Dalton as the Professor X character, Chief, who's in a wheelchair. And
he's good.
And he's good. And then we will get to see Joyvan Wade, is that how you say it, as Cyborg. Anyways, this is only on the DC Universe app. Let's start with opening thoughts. What did you think? I'm going to start with Anthony because I want to know what Anthony thought of the Dooms Patrol.
So I didn't watch Titans other than the first episode. I was
Okie dokie.
completely disgusted by Titans.
Yes, you were turned off by the Titans. Which is something you probably thought you'd never say, that you were turned off by Titans.
Yes, by the Titans. Titans, for those that aren't following. Apparently, this is connected to Titans. It's a spin-off of Titans?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
There was a Doom Patrol episode.
In like
Got
episode
it.
4 or something, or 5.
where you got introduced to everybody except for Cyborg.
Yeah.
Got it. So,
And Crazy Jane.
Titans, I didn't like. I thought it just was overly violent and a little over the top. Doom Patrol, I will say the exact opposite. I really enjoyed Doom Patrol. I thought the character, especially of Robot Man, is super intriguing, super heartfelt. Really enjoyed what he's going through and the swerve. I enjoyed the family dynamics of everything that was going on. I thought everything was really well done. I enjoyed each character. My only critique, just right off the bat, is I thought they got to become a family way too soon.
Yeah.
The way they used that they became the way they portrayed that they became a family was just the passage of years, and I would have liked to have seen.
There was a time jump.
Yeah,
of like
they just used a
13
time
years.
jump, where I would have liked to have seen them like interact with each other and more, and maybe not by the end of the first episode they're already a team. But other than that, I really enjoyed the first episode, and I wish this wasn't released one episode
Weekly?
at a time.
Yes,
weekly.
every Friday.
I'm used to the binge culture. So
Yeah. I mean,
I really liked it.
We're going to have 10 episodes to get to know them, but I do agree that they did this weird time jump where you assume they're just sitting around for 13 years.
No one ages.
And the episode itself isn't so much an episode, it's just like a series of vignettes introducing everyone, but I thought it worked. Rugs.
But that's what the comic is.
Did it work for you, Rugs?
That's the comic?
I think the first issue of Doom Patrol, it's basically the doctor or whatever his name, the chief, like convincing Elastigirl and the other people to join him and be part of his thing. And the way he does it is he kind of tells everybody each story of each person. To kind of like, you're all the same. You're all misfits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's how he introduces us to Doom Patrol.
Yeah.
And it kind of, even though he's not telling the story, it's unfolding the same way. You're getting to see everyone's story. So that's kind of true to the comics, even though this team and this whole version of Doom Patrol is like a kind of patchwork of all the different years, like some of the Grant Morrison stuff, some of the
Gerard
really
Way
old
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all kind of intertwined. So it's interesting. I did like it. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
I was really impressed and kind of shocked at how much I liked it. And it's good. It's dark. It's funny. Brendan Fraser, amazing performance. And it's kind of smart how they use him as kind of your point of view. I mean, within the first like 2 minutes, you see Brendan Fraser's ass banging a girl.
Oh shit!
I wasn't expecting to see some titties.
Oh yeah, right away. There's sex. There's swear words. So Titans, I did enjoy by the end. It got better, but there was so much unnecessary swearing that even I was like, really, there's no need for the swearing. So I don't know if they're gonna tame it back a little for this, but I do enjoy that there's no restrictions.
Can I comment on that?
Yeah.
I think it's all about when it's appropriate. For a show Titans that was a teenage, basically a teenage children's show, the swearing feels forced. Whereas for a show called Doom Patrol, where it's about a fucked up family and fucked up family dynamics, and each of these characters are coming from really scarred backgrounds, the swearing feels all right.
Also, similar.
It's only two characters doing the swearing.
Yeah, and it's the little girl, right, that swears, and then occasionally some of the other characters might yell out a fuck or a shit.
Brendan Fraser swears a lot.
Yeah.
But look,
he's like a
race car driver.
Yeah, he's nasty.
I do love, similar to Guardians of the Galaxy, Titans, we knew these characters, so they had some kind of expectations to live up to. I don't really know the Doom Patrol, and I love just being introduced to this version. So you could do whatever you want with these characters, really, and I think they did a great job with this group, this family they put together.
The show doesn't work unless you fall in love with Robot Man right off the bat, and I think for most people, they will enjoy Robot Man.
I will say there's a lot of heart in Robot Man. There was a lot of heart in Elastigirl. There's a lot of heart in all these people's backstories. Larry Trainer, who they made gay for the show. I don't believe he's gay in the comic.
No.
But it adds another layer of,
misfits,
being like thinking you're a monster, that you're an outcast. Crazy Jane, Diane Guerrero, great in this, puts the fucking James McAvoy's the Horde to shame with 64 personalities. Way more than his.
Well, I mean, you only see 4.
Yeah, well,
but want to know something? Don't say that because James McAvoy
he did a good job. He did like 40.
And these personalities that she had were not that. I don't even remember what they were like. One was an asshole.
One was just an asshole. Hammerhead.
It.
One's a painter. It's the first episode, Ruggs. We're gonna meet more.
Imran, you kind of went with a ton of hyperbole.
Okay. Also, just to
I'm like, whoa, Imran.
Just to take back what I said. Also, they do this little like visual glitch to show you that it's a different personality instead of her just doing it through the acting. Did you notice that? There's like a little ring and like, oh, this is another personality. Yeah. But I don't think they need to do that if she can pull off the personality.
Yeah, we only saw maybe 2. I remember her being a bitch, her being an asshole, and then her being a painter.
Her being
Jane. They don't seem that separate. Yeah. We've seen now Typhoid Mary.
Oh, yeah.
The Horde. And Painkiller Jane all on the set. Not Painkiller Jane. Crazy Jane. What am I saying?
Painkiller Jane.
Painkiller Jane.
That's a whole other thing.
What? That's isn't that a comic book? That's a movie.
Yeah, it's a comic book.
Painkiller Jane.
Yeah. All in the same year. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Within a calendar year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I do love how the main villain, Mr. Nobody, is narrating the story. I love how the show is aware.
Alan Tudyk? Is that
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah.
He even has a line. He goes, critics, what do they know? They're going to hate this show. This is like a weird self-aware meta-referencing kind of thing they're doing. And Mr. Nobody, the effects of him when you see him at the end of the episode, he's fucking weird looking. It's disturbing, but I thought it looked pretty good.
For the most part, I mean, the effects are okay.
Yeah.
But it's the show is already kind of on its axis, tilted on its axis.
Right,
enough
it's so weird already.
It kind of works.
I feel like the effects is what is the biggest drawback, I think.
Really? Oh, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't argue with that either.
The worst was Elastigirl as a blob going through down the street looked fucking horrible.
That's not Elastigirl.
Right. Why is she a blob? I thought
she's not supposed to be. She's supposed to be somebody that is basically like Mr. Fantastic, but they basically took Mr. Fantastic and like Ant-Man and combined them. Like she can grow big or small, and she can also stretch if she wants.
Wait, we saw there was that one moment with Jane where she became this big fire thing. Remember? And he's like, "Oh, we're not doing that." And then she gets small again. I was like, "What the fuck just happened there?"
They're playing with the powers. I mean, for the Elastigirl, they're making it so that she's much more of a freak show.
I love her backstory, how she's like the Audrey Hepburn and was always praised for her beauty, and then she just can't hold herself together.
Charging some dude because he's missing an arm.
That's not from the comics either.
It's a great layer. She's so vain, and now she is a hideous mess.
Do you like that change, Ruggs?
I think it's unnecessary, but because in the comics, she's like this swimmer, like this championship swimmer that was an actress. And she wanted to do her own stunts, which is empowering, like a girl power thing. And then she does her own stunt in this African water, or I don't even know if it was in Africa. It was in a river.
Well, the water thing's the same
with crocodiles, and she tries to outswim the crocodiles, and then she gets thrust down the rapids, where she lands in a place where it had this like noxious gas, and that's what gave her the powers.
Well, it seems like there's a running theme with at least the 3 of the characters that we saw get their powers, where it's just all. They were all kind of in fucked up places.
Yeah,
and it was karmic accidents to give them the comeuppance.
Right after she you see the guys replaced, she falls into the water and she's drowning, and then she knocks a rock.
Even Trainer.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but even Trainer, he's cheating on his wife.
Right.
With that dude.
Right.
In the Air Force or whatever, the pilot's academy.
Yeah.
So they're all getting some sort of comeuppance.
That's a good point. That's really awesome. Rita knocks a rock underwater, and you see this green energy, and it goes inside her. Larry's trying to break through space in his fighter jet, and he's like, "There's something else up here."
Right before that, he was making out with his dude and cheating on his wife.
Yeah, and so you get that comeuppance, and then Cliff Steele. I really loved how they showed you his backstory. So he's just an asshole. He's cheating on his wife. He's hiding it right in front of her. I love and then he's at a race, and his wife, and she leans in and she goes, "Crash and die, babe." He's like, "I love you too, babe." And they cheat it. Initially you think he crashes in this race, and it cuts to, his brain in this robot body and him realizing and freaking out. And Brendan Fraser's voiceover is just so good. It's so heartfelt. But then the slow reveal of what actually happened to him and his daughter and his wife. And I'll tell you, the best.
Even worse.
It's even worse than thinking that because they were getting back together.
Yeah, he was making things right, and they were on a path to hopefully make things better again.
Freak accident kills them all, and the only thing that survives is his brain, and that's in like 1988. Then he wakes up in 95 and slowly starts to remember. And the chief and it's so heartbreaking. One of my favorite part of this episode wasn't like the action or the outdoor. It was Cliff Steele seeing his daughter making it up the steps and cheering. Like that fucking got me. I was like, wow, that's very emotional. Very well done. You buy it. This fucking robot man trying to climb the stairs.
He's great. The center. He's the center of the show so far.
Yeah, he does a really good job moving forward. I can't wait to see more.
Literally, moving forward.
What do you think about the main crux of the show being in a person that can't really emote?
I think it's intriguing.
Yeah,
because you find it to be intriguing.
Yeah, because it's something different. We haven't really seen many characters that haven't been able to emote. And I think, go ahead.
I'll throw this out there. It is intriguing that he's pulling it off, but just so you know, Robot Man can put his brain into different bodies. So he's got. I don't know if they're going to give him that option. That's why I was kind of fishing for that.
I don't know if they should do that yet.
Yeah,
no, I could spend the whole season with him.
If you look at the comics, Robot Man always looks different, and the thing that they always say is like, yeah, he can upgrade his body. He can put his body into multiple different things, but he always goes back to like maybe one or two models.
This is version one.
Feels like his skin to him.
This is version one that the chief built, obviously, and he wasn't sure it was going to work. But they do a great job of making you feel bad for him because he's constantly saying, he's like, look, I can't fuck, I can't eat, I can't shit, I can't smell shit. Like, this is a nightmare. This is hell. And then I love when she's smoking a joint. He's like, oh, I'd fuck that joint up. And she blows it in his face. She's like, anything? He's like, nothing. Like, you feel bad for him trapped in that body.
It's like he's playing a video game of his life.
Yes, and that's all he could see, and they can turn him off whenever they want.
I mean, he's the character I like the most. The other characters, I haven't come around just yet on.
It was a weird jump, that time jump they did, because now these people clearly, they know how to use their powers, and we didn't really get to see that.
It's not even that. It's just it didn't resonate with me that they would become a team yet, because I haven't seen them interact with each other enough to be have this family thing going on.
And then Jane just shows up as like a new character.
Yeah, they're all when they're on the bus and like, we're gonna turn around. Who's with me? And everyone, both of them raise their hand. I'm just like, I haven't seen enough on screen that you actually give a fuck about.
But I was like, no, you got to go back for Cliff, man. Go get him. You don't split up the band.
It's a little ambiguous on what they're. So what's coming to town? What are they fighting?
See, we don't know yet. It's
I know it's a nice little mystery, but I was also
there's a donkey that farts, and then you see Mr.
Yeah,
Nobody.
That was fucking silly as shit.
Yeah, apparently that's some symbol that Cliff from an old. He was hinting at an old enemy has found him because of what they did. They left, the chief, and then he shows up in the bus, and he's like, I don't know what's coming, but he looks creepy, and like I kind of want to know what the fuck. Well, you see what happened to him in the beginning. They do his little prologue, but.
He subjected himself to an experiment in Paraguay.
Yeah, and he's like, if I do that, I would have done this a long time ago. Clearly loving it. And we didn't get to see Cyborg. He is part of the team. Hopefully we see him, I believe, next episode. But look, I love the body horror aspects of some of this episode. Another great moment for me was Elastigirl, where he finally picks up the street and stops her, and she's dripping over, and she's a mess, and she's just like, I want to go home now. And he's like, okay, we could do that. Like I felt her just like, I'm a freak. I don't want people to, they didn't want to go out because they're freaks. But even Cyborg's costume, if you look at this promo thing, I'm kind of interested to see how this like actual prosthetic is going to fit in. I think it's going to fit in much better than like the fully CGI Justice League.
I just feel like that he's like Robot Man's, he's got no humanity left in him. At least Cyborg's got a little bit of humanity left in him. So I don't know. It's weird. It's going to be a weird dichotomy of both of them.
I was thinking the same thing. It's weird having two robot characters on the same show.
Well, it's going to see how they position Cyborg, like as his foil, where maybe Cyborg, has done with humanity, even though he's more human than Cliff, and Cliff just wants to do right.
There's got to be an angle they got to go after.
And so Negative Man is all burned up. What's his deal? He was kind of charging up and I didn't know what his powers
Negative
were.
Man basically he drops limp, and then he leaves his body
in like that electrical form,
in an energy form.
So what did he do in this episode?
But the reason why he supposedly in the comics, the reason why he's got bandages on is to keep the radiation in.
Oh,
he's bound with some kind of radiation-proof bandages
so that he doesn't poison everyone else.
Yes,
I was kind of confused as to what he did in this episode where he dropped and the energy went, but like, what was he trying to do? And then he was just back again. So
yeah, they didn't really
explain it.
Like he can pretty much like he can like the Vision. He can like go through things. He can make himself intangible. He can like make things explode. So things like that.
What did you guys think of the music choices? I liked some of them. I thought some of them.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Were maybe on the nose. Look.
Yeah, they had the Doors.
The Doors people are strange. Really? It's a little bit on the nose. I gotta say the Umbrella Academy, Deadly Class, and this very good music picks already in a lot of these. Umbrella Academy, I have a Spotify playlist, and Deadly Class Spotify playlist. They're up there. They're very good. Great like 80s nostalgia, and Umbrella Academy has a bunch of great songs. But this was pretty good use of music. Do you guys think this is the best series from DC, what we've seen so far?
It's different.
Yeah.
I think it's well done, and it's written well to a degree as far as characters. I don't know about how the plot is going to go out, but I think the characters, like Robot Man's a really strong character. You really feel for him. So that's a big strength. So I do think it's different, and I do think it's worth checking out. I don't know how it's going to unfold and if it's going to remain to be intriguing, but I'm going to definitely check out. I said this about Titans.
Titans, yes.
I ended up watching the whole thing, so I'm probably going to be in for this. Like, who knows?
I feel like this is better than the Titans.
Titans
already.
is a mess.
Yeah.
Titans is a mess.
And how do you compare these to like that shows on the Arrowverse? This is more of a Netflix level. I don't know if you can compare them.
I don't know. I mean, the first season of Arrow was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I enjoyed CW for a bit. This is definitely a different tone, though. I mean, if you're comparing, this is definitely about a little bit more fucked up shit than CW really ever wants to get into.
They can get more adult and more.
There's boobs.
Yeah, there's boobs.
Yeah.
There's swearing.
And answer your
joints.
question about this being the best ever, I can't because I didn't watch Titans. I like this better than the first episode of Titans.
Okay, that works.
And I'm intrigued enough to want to consider watching all of this when it comes out at the end
in 10 weeks.
Yes,
when it's done.
Yes,
every Friday it'll be coming out. I'll be watching. I'm really
every Friday.
Yeah.
So
new episodes
episode
come out
2
tomorrow.
will be out when this is released.
Yep, there will be 2 episodes. I'm in on this. I'm gonna try to keep up with this. I'm gonna try to keep up with the Deadly Class. I'm gonna try to finish the Umbrella Academy. I'm just excited that we have these weird comic book based TV shows on right now. Some non-superhero, different stuff proves that the medium has a lot to give still. And it's almost like the audience is going through what we went through as readers, where you kind of get bored of reading the superhero stuff and you get really turned on when you see something weird and indie and just different. And it reinvigorates you for comic books again. Because what do you think?
Yeah,
Liz?
comics are a great medium.
Yeah.
There's so many things more than just superheroes there.
And we're seeing a lot of it. Yes.
Some of the best stuff isn't superhero stuff. And even though somebody might hold a gun to your head and say that the X-Men Phoenix Saga is the best.
Like a Deadly Class, yes.
That's not always the case. So there are some great indie comics. There's Vertigo stuff. There's so many things that are not your typical superhero
Dark
comic
Horse.
that are
So I believe
amazing.
Umbrella Academy, Deadly Class, both from Dark Horse.
Right.
And Doom Patrol being your weird DC stuff. And if that wasn't enough content to keep up with, listener, there's one more. The Boys will be premiering next month on Amazon, which is produced by Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg. The guys who brought you Preacher are doing The Boys. And that one also looks very interesting. I'm gonna check it out. So I would recommend this. I mean, is this worth it to sign up for the app? I guess that's the big question.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
We need 2 more shows at least.
I would recommend checking this out if there wasn't the paywall in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's too early to tell.
I think this has got a lot of potential. I can't wait to see where it goes. Get the app, listener. Just get it. There's you get stuff. You can read comic books. They got Doom Patrol. I was reading some of the Doom Patrol comic books.
You're recommending the app. I'm not.
Yeah, you're recommending.
I'm recommending it, especially now with Doom Patrol. Like, this is a great show.
But like, let's be real. How often do you use the app?
Only when I watch the shows.
Yes. So it's pointless.
I got to watch the Young Justice.
Yeah,
the
let's quantify this. You're only using the app for 1 hour a week.
Occasionally, if I'm bored, I bring it up on the 49-inch TV and I read comics. It's kind of fun, but that's very rare.
If you could do this, you could just get a month.
Yeah.
When everything's out, when all the episodes have come out, watch all the episodes and then cancel your subscription and do it again. And when the next show comes out, you could pretty much do that.
Well, you can pay month to month too, like, and cancel anytime.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not worth having the app.
Right.
It's really not.
Right.
It's like I keep Netflix on in perpetuity because there's always shit on there. I'll fucking tune in tonight and there'll be something I've never seen before on there.
That's why Netflix is killing it in the streaming game, and they're, it's going to take a long time for them to get anywhere close.
I can't recommend the DC app.
No, not
Even
yet.
if the shows are good, there's not enough there.
I like that now you've convinced everyone to go, well, nope, not yet. Don't buy the app.
I'm saying get the app, but they're not going to be able to keep up. Netflix has a head start, and, even like Hulu is close to being a standard thing for a lot of people. I think a lot, and even Amazon Prime.
Can I dive into this just one more minute? So why do you recommend the app?
Because I think the fact that they offer comic books makes it unique.
Okay, fine.
But
they don't offer all the comic books.
But they offer a lot of comic books. Like you can't possibly read everything they have on there.
But they don't offer all. They don't in perspective, they don't actually offer that many.
They are adding
There's
more.
There's a shit ton of decent comic books, and they take ton of stuff off all the time.
But they're adding more. We had that press release where they're going to double their comic books on the app, and there's weekly releases. Plus,
but I still don't think it's worth it. I don't.
Right.
What if you love Batman and you want to watch all like the Batman cartoons? Is it worth it then?
But have you watched them?
No.
Exactly. Because you've seen them.
Yes, but some people like to watch them again. I don't know.
Well,
I would be sad to miss the show. I really love this first episode of Doom Patrol, but that's already because we had the app already. And, we're here to review these things.
I think there's work to be done as well.
Oh, of course.
They need to, as I said, they need to put like 3 or 4 more shows on. At least.
Well, there's going to be Swamp Thing. There's a Harley Quinn adult cartoon. There's more
they also,
coming.
I think they got to put.
Yeah, but they're doing it piecemeal.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And they're stringing you along every week.
Yeah.
So you stay on that. So you're basically paying for one show
at a time
every 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, I think they need to put their movies on. They don't even have all their they don't have their entire library up yet.
They have a lot of bad DC superhero movies.
Like if I pay for HBO, right? I get fucking movies. I get tons of series. I get tons of different stations of HBO.
But do you get comic books?
All right, now you get one.
See?
No. They're old. A lot of them are old comic books.
Yeah, but it's just convenient to I haven't read this. I never read this. I'm going to pull it up on the thing. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think the comics are cool.
All right, Imran.
I recommend DC. We're sponsor the show.
I'd recommend the show checking out the first episode if you already have the app. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watch Umbrella Academy. All right. Guess what it's time for, everyone? It's time for news from the nation.
It's time for news from the nation.
That's what I call a fully produced bumper. Excellent. Well done, Ruggs.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right.
Let me turn around.
This is the segment where I pull things from the Jock and Nerd Nation. So if you want to be part of the show, listener, you got to join the nation. A lot of people posted this next announcement. John Campbell, Lenny Romero, Jess Rivera. Chris Hemsworth is going from playing Thor to playing Hulk.
Oh, shit.
What? Is Mark Ruffalo out? No. He's playing Hulk Hogan in a Netflix biopic directed by the Joker director, Todd Phillips. Wow.
Geek boner.
What is your reaction to this, fellas? I kind of like this. I think it's a good move.
I mean, who else are you going to get to play fucking Hulk? I mean, he's a big dude. Chris Hemsworth is a big dude, so I think it's a good match as far physically. I don't know. I guess he could probably pull it off. I'm pretty confident in this casting.
Anthony, do you want to see a biopic about the rise of Hulkamania?
Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. No, I can't go more than that. I can't get any more than that. Yeah, sure. I mean, I was a Hulkamaniac as a kid. I loved Hulk Hogan. As an adult, he's kind of made some questionable decisions.
Terry, what are you doing, Terry?
I didn't know he was had such thoughts about black people, but anyways,
surprising.
Yeah, I think this. I don't know what they're going for in terms of this. Is it a biopic? Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, it's a biopic about.
So I don't know if it's going to be, if it's going to get into that dark side of him, or if it's just going to be,
they won't
vitamins and rainbows. But I was a Hulkamaniac, and Chris Hemsworth's a big guy, not nearly as big as Hulk Hogan. So I'm curious to see how big he's going to get.
He is going to have.
But
to
I am
bulk up.
intrigued by the entire thing because I grew up a Hulkamaniac along with an Ultimate Warrior and a Macho Man guy. So hopefully we get to see all those old wrestlers back with somewhat famous actors playing them, because that would be just fucking bonkers insane.
Right, because I think for guys our age, like, Hulkamania was huge. It was amazing. The whole world knew about Hulk Hogan, and I was totally all in, too.
He made WWE what it is.
Yes. Vince McMahon was smart. I watched a short video on the WWE website. It was like a 3-minute video about the rise of Hulkamania. So, January 1984, Madison Square Garden, he defeats the Iron Sheik, and that's it. The stardom, the rise goes there. From 84 to 88, fucking Hulk Hogan was everywhere. And I loved watching the cartoons. I loved the Junkyard Dog and the Iron Sheik and Andre the Giant and Jimmy Superfly Snuka. These were like superheroes. When
the figures came out.
Yes, the action figures.
Horrible rubber figures.
The stretchy ones, right?
No, they were just big rubber figures they were locked in one pose.
Yeah.
And people bought them.
You couldn't really
They were shitty figures.
I had the Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior pillow figures where they were giant cutouts where them flexed in their muscles and
stuffed.
Stuffed with cotton.
You could have sex with them.
And I butt fucked them.
Dude, Hulk Hogan, they were on everything.
They actually butt fucked me.
there was a
weird Chucky situation.
There's a penis attachment to the.
I feel like that. They're my predecessors.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. You got to take your vitamins.
That's pretty good. Comments from.
He always loved stuffed people like me.
Comments from the nation. Alex James says Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Pretty good. John Bellotti Jr., I am sold in capital letters.
Of course.
He's all in. John Campbell, big question is who will be the absolute maniac to play the one and only Macho Man Randy Savage?
What about Leapin' Lanny Poffo? No love for Leapin' Lanny? That's Randy Macho Man's brother. Yeah. He was a wrestler.
Oh my God, I never heard of him. Clearly, nobody has.
Was he like was he like an intelligent guy? Was he like the scholar? What was his name? I forgot.
Lenny Poffo.
He had so many. He tried to make something stick so bad. Like he tried multiple personalities, and they always just tanked. And like Randy Macho Man Savage always was the big star.
I do remember. I don't really remember his brother all that much.
Oh,
Lanny Poffo.
Yes.
Better known by his ring names, Leapin' Lanny Poffo.
They did. I remember they had him as a fucking scholar.
Yeah,
he was known as the Genius.
Yes. Yeah, the Genius.
Yeah.
That was.
They're Canadian.
He looks nothing like Randy.
No.
Macho Man. His tan.
He grew up in Downers Grove. Poffo. Downers Grove, Illinois. Lives in Florida. Poor Lenny Poffo. Lanny.
So he's Randy Poffo.
Randy Poffo.
That's his real name.
Yes, and
Randy
Lanny,
Poffo.
just like Hulk's real name is Terry Bollea. Terry.
Yes.
Daniel Nosker says Anthony should play Macho Man. He's got the voice down.
Oh yeah.
Let's see you do the Macho Man.
Oh yeah, brother. We got the beat goes on, and the beat goes on. I'm gonna get up on the top rope, and I'm gonna give you the elbow drop there, brother. Oh yeah.
Okay, give me a Hulk Hogan. Chris Hemsworth is Hulk Hogan going, "Bring me Thanos, brother."
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Bring me Thanos there, brother, and I'm gonna do it for all the Hulkamaniacs out there.
So good. Yes, I love it. It's so good.
That was kind of a combination of Hulk and... I can do both, though. Yeah. Macho Man... Oh, Jake Roberts, we're going to get that snake out here, brother. We're going to have it bite me right on the arm, and we're going to make big money there, brother.
We're going to do this. Jake, give me that snake.
Jake.
That's a great story
snake.
On Joe Rogan.
But first, you got to make sure that snake's got no venom in it.
Just Google Jake the Snake on Rogan.
Hurts my voice doing Randy Macho Man.
It's an amazing story. Boss Logic, the tremendous Photoshopper fan artist who's been doing fan art for many, many years, put out this composited image of Chris Hemsworth from a movie, but he just added, he's wearing a bandana. He just recolored it. Apparently that mustache he had in the movie. And it looks pretty good. But
it's all right.
Hemsworth,
it's not his best work.
No. Well, he obviously this just got announced and he threw this together, but
he had to
Hemsworth had to, he's going to have to get a lot bigger. He's going to have to get a lot bigger. Yes.
Right now he's big, but he's skinny big. But he's still got the athlete's length on him. Hulk Hogan was just fucking big.
I mean, in Rocky, he towers over Sylvester Stallone. He's
How big were his
huge.
pythons? 24-inch python.
I got the 24-inch pythons. Oh, that's Macho Man. See, I'm confusing.
You
he did have 24-inch python.
Fuck, he's weighed in the announcement. He's he weighed 320 pounds.
They billed him at 6'7", 320.
6'7", 320.
He wasn't that big. He was probably 6'4", 6'5", but probably about 290.
Okay, but they
always exaggerated
okay,
the
they're
weight.
adding on. I see. I was 320. Holy fuck.
He was big. He wasn't a small guy.
Who's gonna put a tape measure next to him?
Yes.
Nobody.
Yeah, no, he's get the fuck out of here,
and they
brother.
would wear lifts in their wrestling.
Sure.
But I am curious to see if they have Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, and Andre the Giant. Who's going to play these guys?
They have to have these characters, but yeah, he's the guy that blew up in WWE Pro Wrestling. Blew it wide open.
What if they got a black guy to play Macho Man? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Oh.
Macho Man, as a kid,
yeah,
I thought Macho Man was black.
You thought he was black?
I thought he was a black guy.
I never thought he was black.
He was so freaking tan, and his hair was curly.
He looked purple. He was so tan, he was purple all the time.
Well, what is Papo? What is that?
Lanny
I think he's Italian.
Polish?
Italian, American,
right?
Catholic, and Jewish American, Italian American, Italian American, and Jewish American, and Canadian. They were born in Canada.
Yeah, I thought he was a black guy as a kid. I could not believe that he was white.
Well,
also,
you know what they say about Italians.
Yeah, they're close to Sicily. So you're from Sicily, huh? Let me tell you something.
Give me one of those Chesterfields.
Have Michael B. Jordan play Randy Macho Man.
There you go.
Who could play the Macho Man?
Lucas Lee. So Boss Logic did one with Lucas Lee. Who's Lucas Lee?
Who's Lucas Lee?
I don't know, but he did.
I think The Rock is...
He's too big.
Too much. No, and he's too much of The Rock. Because The Rock is already a pro wrestler.
Oh, Lucas Lee is a fictional character from Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Chris Evans. What about Chris Evans as Macho Man Savage?
Oh my God.
Is the Macho Man?
That doesn't work.
What if it was a really ridiculous Mario Lopez?
Oh my God.
Oh, he can work. He's tan enough.
No, he's too short, isn't he?
Put him in lifts. He's tan enough.
Macho Man was shorter.
Yeah,
and the beat goes on. The beat goes on.
I love these biopics. Also, have you seen the trailer for The Dirt, the 4-hour Motley Crue Netflix biopic starring Machine Gun Kelly as Tommy fucking Lee?
Well, that is an out there casting. Wow.
It's a 4-hour movie?
I heard it was 4 hours. The trailer is out. It looks amazing.
The Dirt?
It's called The Dirt, based on the book The Dirt, written by the band. I heard the book is fucking crazy, and it's from the trailer in the movie.
Those guys were on another level.
The
in
movie
80s.
looks amazing. I can't wait to watch that biopic.
Machine Gun Kelly as Tommy Lee.
Yes.
You want to see? You want to know a story about a band that fucking did a lot of drugs, fucked a lot of girls, were just fucking out of control, crazy at the height of everything. People throwing themselves at them just being complete scumbags. That misogynist as can be.
Yeah.
This is the story, the book that you got to read.
Yeah.
Can you believe?
Dirt,
I didn't know
right?
this.
Yeah.
The fucking Ramsey Bolton is Mick Mars.
Oh, really? That guy who was also in Inhumans?
Yep.
Holy shit. No, dude, that trailer looks great. I'm excited to watch that fucking biopic too. I love these
I might
biopics.
watch it because I wasn't a Motley Crue, obviously a fan of Motley Crue.
Me neither. I know their music. I wasn't a big fan, but how can you not want to watch the debauchery?
Is Pour Some Sugar on Me? Is that Motley
Kickstart
Crue?
Your Heart, man.
No.
Kickstart My Heart. That's
Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood, Kickstart Your Heart, and a bunch of other songs.
Kickstart Your Heart is?
That's Motley Crue.
Yeah.
And then they also started with the drummer in the cage that would spin up in the air and shit and all that crazy shit.
Wild Side.
Yeah. I was never into the Crew. I was never into that hair metal.
What is Rugs? What is their legacy? Are they like the 80s hair band or one of the, or where?
Well, I think what happened was Guns N' Roses came and fucking just took away everything. Like they were at the Motley Crue was about theatrics and glam and like wearing makeup and shit and hairspray and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Guns N' Roses came and they were wearing just like they had their hair
a little more
down.
manly.
They were more masculine.
Yeah.
They were like not trying to do dancing and shit or whatever the fuck that was going on over there. And they pretty much took the crown from but they were like the band for like a while.
Motley Crue,
like the most badass, like the most like fucking drug taking, drinking, girl having sex with band around. They were like the rock gods.
Right up
moment.
until
Glam rock,
Kurt Cobain comes out with Nirvana and changes the whole fucking scene of rock.
It went from Motley Crue to Guns N' Roses to Kurt Cobain. That was
and Soundgarden, and that was
the progression. Yep. And you could see it.
Happened very quickly.
Because Guns N' Roses is a lot more accessible. It's almost like a grunge. It's almost like an Alice in Chains.
Between.
Almost.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
they still have the long-ass rock ballads, but then they got the fucking badass distorted guitar rock riffs.
Yeah.
But Anthony,
they were the bridge group.
Have you ever heard Girls, 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 Girls,
Yeah, that's that Motley Crue.
That's them. Smoking in the Boys Room, 85. So from like 85 to 89, Dr. Feelgood, Wild Side, you mentioned. I wasn't not.
Shout at the Devil.
I was not a huge into that whole scene, but I will watch this movie. Going back to Boss Logic for a second, he got a shout out on Jimmy Fallon the other night. This guy who's just been doing fan art, who's people know on the internet. Jake Gyllenhaal was on, and he brought a photo of him and like as the Bubble Boy with Deadpool and Hugh Jackman, and he's like Boss Logic. And then Jimmy made fun of his name and turned him into like a Serbian guy. He's like, Boss Logic? What's this guy, Boss Logic? So now it's a running joke that his new name is Nikolai Boss Logic. And people are emailing him as Nikolai Boss Logic. But good for him as a fucking internet content artist guy to get a fucking huge shot. Look, we got Gilbert Gottfried paid to say our name. This motherfucker's got Fallon. Blow it up his spot. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's on another level.
That's what we need. We need Jimmy Fallon to be like, what is this Jock and Nerd podcast with this fucking puppet? What the fuck? All right, Ray O'Neill comments, Anthony, love the newest spin-off show. Keep up the good work to you and Matt Telhauer. So people are taking the spin-off show, Anthony. I like it.
Good. I appreciate that. And more's coming. I have a shit ton of guests lined up that hopefully you guys find interesting. And if you don't, just keep listening to Jock and Nerd.
We're giving out, we're pushing out tons of content. We're birthing lots of content podcast babies over here. Joe Henry has sent in a review of Alita. It's spoiler free, but I think it's good for people who are undecided, maybe sitting on the fence about watching this movie. You guys, do you want to hear his review?
Go ahead,
All
sure.
Right, there we go. It's good, good stuff.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, this is Joe Henry, and this is my spoiler-free review for Alita Battle Angel. I just want to start off by saying that I really love this movie. I enjoyed it so much that I've actually seen it twice. The first time I saw it was in IMAX 3D. The second time was in Dolby. The film was based on the manga of the same name in the short anime film. From what I've read, James Cameron took a lot of inspiration from the comics and that anime film to write the screenplay for this movie. Robert Rodriguez stepped in and actually directed the movie, and I think he did an excellent job. The movie flows really well. What's great about it is he did a lot of the sets practically, and I bet you that's where a good portion of the $170 million budget went. But what this accomplishes is a very immersive and believable world. The story is crafted in a way that, as the audience, you learn about this world as Alita does, and she's played perfectly by Rosa Salazar. The CGI and mocap are first rate, and you believe Alita is a real cyborg in every scene, in my opinion. The rest of the cast is great also. Christoph Waltz is Dr. Ito, Ed Skrein, a.k.a. Francis from Deadpool as Zapan, Mahershala Ali as Vector. I'm starting to really enjoy him a lot. He's been great in a lot of other things like True Detective Season 3. Rounding out the cast is James Earl Haley as Gruishka and Jennifer Connelly as Shirin. I left out Keenan Johnson as Yugo for part of the negatives about this film, along with my feelings that Jennifer Connelly's character Shirin should have gotten some more screen time to flesh out her character better. overall, the movie is fun. It's engaging. I enjoyed the mystery of learning where Alita came from, learning about her fighting skills, why she's so powerful. The world building in this movie is great, and it leaves you wanting more. I think most of the audience in the reviews that I saw state something similar to that. Currently, the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes is around 93% positive. The critic score is around 60%, which, I don't always agree with the critics for a lot of films. I think that everyone that likes sci-fi, likes, Japan anime, manga, should go see this film. And hit me up on the Facebook if you want to talk about the film and discuss it further. Let me know what you think.
Talking nerd. I kind of want to see this movie now. I enjoy sci-fi and action.
I'm pretty sure it's visual. I feel like it's going to be a lot like Aquaman.
Visually stunning, but maybe a little
visually stunning.
empty.
But if you think about it, it's probably not the greatest. But I know that James Cameron has been wanting to make this movie for a long time, and he stuck to the comics and the anime. Not like 100%, but the essence is there. So I think that the bulk of the reviews that I hear is that this movie promises something and doesn't deliver on it. Like with the world building, like it sets up something that you want to see, but then you never get to see it. But I think that they also say that the action sequences are fucking top notch, and the effects are top notch, and everything's top notch. So, I mean, I'd go see a movie, even though I know that it's probably not going to be the perfect movie if it's going to have something that is worth the price of admission, So I think that the action might be worth it. So I would probably check it out.
Anthony, did he sway you either way?
No, not really. I mean, it does look like it will be a beautiful movie for sure in terms of visual cinematography. Quite frankly, I just don't have the time to go out and see this movie.
I didn't realize that there's a lot of practical sets and effects like that. That intrigues me and kind of makes me want to go see it.
Excuse me.
Okay, you will not take the time. Well, I'm gonna if I get around to it. I've heard to see it in IMAX 3D is probably the best. Yeah,
throw a Patreon review up.
All right,
I might go see.
All right, maybe me and
you
Rugs
also then.
We'll do a Patreon review, or we'll do it segment on the show. Yeah, we'll do instant reactions. I'll check it
Definitely
out.
do instant reactions.
So Rotten Tomatoes right now, 59%, 6 out of 10. Critic score, audience score, 94%. Audiences are digging
audience loves everything.
Audience,
all the time.
but sometimes it's opposite.
Sometimes.
You know?
For the most part, it seems like the audience is just a bunch of robots.
Yeah, it does.
No one's talking about it. It's the female lead movie.
Yeah.
Female lead action movie.
Of a badass
Is she
action.
female?
I mean, she's not real.
Well,
she's not real.
She's mocapped off a real female, I guess. And the eyes apparently work. Money-wise, here's where it stands. Like he said, $170 million budget. It made $28 million opening weekend. It's made $47 million domestically. But get this, $103 million foreign, giving it a worldwide total of $150 million. So international box office doing well. Of course, if this is spectacle and its action is escapism, it's probably going to do real well for the international box office.
What's coming out this weekend?
It was also #1 at the box office this weekend. So it may not have anything.
This past weekend, you mean?
This past weekend. So it may not have anything to go up against it. I don't know what's coming out this weekend.
Valentine's Day weekend is a bad weekend.
Except for that one year where they put the Deadpool out and it fucking killed.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the February. And also Black Panther came out like a year ago.
Well, Deadpool has got so much more cachet than
Alita. And that's the thing. It's not, I don't think a lot of people know what it is. Go see it. Maybe go see it. Maybe go see it. Okay, last thing. Comment from Maddie J. Miller. Kind of confusing comment. I don't know what he's talking about. Here he says, I'm writing to start a petition in order to see the main puppet, the enigma, the myth, Rug Boy in the living flesh. Maybe I'm alone in this, but when I hear someone's voice, especially on the radio, I want to see what they look like to see if the image in my mind matches them. Never does. I propose 35 likes on this post or 2 speak pipes sent in before next episode, and we get a candid of our favorite puppet. Anyone else interested? We know what he looks like, Matt J. Miller. There's photos there.
Yeah, what are you smoking?
I don't
Go
understand.
on Instagram. You see him with me.
Yes, there's the 3 of us in height order on our Instagram. Rug Boy's actually taller than me, but shorter than Anthony in that photo. And that's actual accurate height order. I don't. This really confused Chris Marin because Marin was like, "Wait, isn't that him? Isn't this the picture?" He's like, "Isn't this just? It's like Sesame Street. Like the characters are the puppets are the characters." Yes, that's absolutely correct.
That's it.
If you're trying
he's not a character.
He's not a character. He's a
human,
living
or a puppet,
breathing, felty puppet, a sentient being. Maybe
I'll go along with this.
Right there, you go. See,
I told him go to YouTube if you want to actually see me in moving motion and not a picture. You can go to YouTube and you can see our old labs and I'm there.
You will see a video of him, his whole puppet self. There was a.
Why is this confusing?
I don't know.
Like when people go, I want to see Elmo.
Yeah,
they see Elmo.
Yeah, you want to see Big Bird? That's fucking Big Bird.
Yeah. You see him.
Yes. Yeah. Fiddlesticks thought maybe it was Eddie Murphy is the puppet master. We had some, someone.
Yeah, it's Eddie Murphy.
Fiddlesticks also thought Fred Rogers faked his death so he could be a puppet.
Well, Eddie Murphy used to live in the area, so
it's possible. He was Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
All I ask of Eddie Murphy is just one more comedy special.
Do one, like back to his roots.
Yeah, just go on stage one time and record it.
Holy shit! I think he's be too scared to say some fucked up jokes these days. I don't know.
Yeah, now it's
you
not.
Think he'd be scared?
Yes, I don't
think he'd be scared.
Now I think he would.
What's he doing?
But this is why he hasn't done anything in so long.
That's what I'm saying. He has nothing to lose.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, but he has nothing to gain from it either.
He's going to tarnish his fucking brilliance from when he was.
He wouldn't tarnish. The real fans would be like, "That's fucking classic Eddie."
If Eddie came out like he did in Raw and Delirious again, talk about his dad and shit, I kind of would love that. But he's got a family now. He's a different person. He's working on Beverly Hills Cop 4 apparently, and Coming to America. Oh yeah, the Coming to America sequel's happening also.
Whoa.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Coming to America anytime either of those movies are on.
Yeah, you watch them.
I watch them.
Yep.
What about Vampire in Brooklyn?
Vampire in Brooklyn, you got
Golden Child.
Golden Child.
Golden Child is amazing.
The golden age of Eddie Murphy was that.
Was
Beverly
he in
Hills
48
Cop.
Hours?
He was in 48 Hours. Another 48 Hours. The Beverly Hills Cops. The late 80s was.
When did it go down from? Nutty Professor?
No. So how about Boomerang?
No, I think he did. No, Boomerang was good. I think that he had a
Life.
flop.
Life was terrible. Was it Life?
No.
Dr. Dolittle?
No. Fuck me. What movie was that?
Also great as the
where
voice
he was
in Mulan.
where he was supposed to be like osmosis, not osmosis. It was like one of those things
Life.
where he's like
not Life.
The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Yeah, that was it. That's the one
Was that
flopped.
where he was a tiny guy inside his head running an Eddie Murphy robot?
No, that's something else.
That was another shitty movie. What was that
That's
called?
another shitty movie.
Yes.
So right after Pluto Nash failed, which I don't think I've ever seen or known about.
He tried to reboot I Spy also, remember? That was after Pluto Nash.
Pluto
Did not
Nash.
do good.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up. There was one movie where I watched it with my parents and my dad. By the end of it, goes, "Let's walk out." It was an Eddie Murphy movie.
Okay, look, highlight, of course, Shrek, the donkey.
Pluto Nash.
Amazing job as the donkey in Shrek's and as Mushu in Mulan. Remember he had a TV show, a stop motion puppet show called The PJs? That was really good. That was really good, but that's really it. Aside from the Shreks.
Life was good, actually. I kept saying Life as a bad movie. I liked Life.
Life was with Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence when they're in prison.
Yeah.
And they get old together. And they get convicted of a crime they never committed.
So that was 2002. That's when his career went in the shitter.
When he was doing the Dr. Dolittle films?
No, 2002.
Pluto Nash. Adventures of Pluto Nash.
The box office was $7 million. The budget was $100 million.
Oh, Jesus. It only made $7 million?
Yes. That's bad. That's like...
Damn.
That's like Leonard Part 6.
Oh, was that Bill Cosby?
He went into a kids.
Well, he did the
movie
Haunted
making
Mansion
thing.
for Disney. He had kids. I feel like he wanted to do family movies.
Yeah.
So, but no, just be filthy and just wrong again, Eddie Murphy. Be politically incorrect. I
thought
love
Tower
to see it.
Heist was going to be his comeback.
Yeah,
it really
right,
wasn't.
Right. I remember watching that and it was going to be a big thing because that cast was crazy. Brett Ratner directing, Ben Stiller, Eddie Murphy, Casey Affleck, Alan Alda, Matthew Broderick, Judd Hirsch.
Yeah, well, how would you feel if you were Eddie Murphy and like you tried to, you just can't make anything work anymore?
No, it is kind of sad.
Unless you're a cartoon.
Yeah, unless you're a donkey.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Shrek!
I love Eddie Murphy.
I love Eddie Murphy, dude. At 19, he's brilliant. When he was 19 years old, he's fucking genius. Comedy fucking genius. So fast. Could work the crowd like nobody I've ever seen.
Dude's 50 years old now.
He's
so
also
like,
50.
Yeah.
Just a little younger than Keanu.
Yeah.
Check out our John Wick review on the Patreon. All right, that's it for the show. Anybody have a Get Your Shit Together nominee to close out?
Nope.
Eddie, get your shit together comedy-wise. Do a stand-up.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together.
I agree, Eddie. Get your shit together. Let's get back to just some straight stand-up, man.
I would love to see that, yeah.
Fucking Eddie Murphy, now as a father, matured stand-up.
But right now, comedy's so dead.
You know what's funny is my sister picks now to become like a brown Muslim woman stand-up comic, like now. But that's also what kind of pulls her apart from the crowd is the fact that she is a brown Muslim woman.
Well, she's insulated because she's got that, what do you call it, intersectionality.
Yes.
I've read that Netflix is really pumping money into comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Specials they're doing.
Because they're cheap to produce and they bring a lot of viewers if you get the right. I mean, how much does it cost to shoot these specials? You just shoot a bunch of concert appearances,
right?
Cut it together. There's no writers. The guy's writing
they don't cut them together. They pick one, which is the special. They're
not necessarily. If you watch the Adam Sandler one, you see several different performances that he's put together.
I watched the Chappelle one. And those are from the same spot.
Also, sometimes they do the same spot, wearing the same thing, different audiences, and they will cut to two shows together. Like they'll do two shows back to back one night, and they'll take the best from those two and blend them together.
Maybe I'm catching a different part of the
aspect. The biggest guy in comedy right now is Sebastian Maniscalco.
Who is that?
He's pretty big.
I've never heard of him.
He's a guy from Chicago.
Yeah, he's pretty big, right? I've heard that name.
Maniscalco.
He's an Italian dude. He makes Italian jokes. It's probably not. You're not going to get
this guy. I've seen this guy. Yeah, he's loud and Italian.
Isn't Bill Burr probably one of the biggest
right now?
Bill Burr is big. Really is big now.
Louis C.K. was.
Louis C.K.'s done.
Not anymore.
But Chappelle had his comeback.
Chappelle, of course.
Aziz Ansari's coming back to Chicago. He's still doing
I feel
comedy.
like I've forgotten about Aziz.
He's trying to make a comeback. Hey, you got your Hannibal Burris's. You got your a lot of working comics though that people don't know that are hilarious.
I think it's shifting back to comedy.
I hope so,
because comics are the first ones to not give a fuck.
You want to know the fucking craziest, newest comic that I've seen? He's not that new.
Yeah.
But he's on, I believe, on the Netflix. I think he's on. They had like some. I forgot the name of the show. But he's Big J Okerson.
Oh yeah, Big J is great. He's got a podcast. He's been on podcasts.
He was as dirty as it gets.
Yeah.
Big J.
He was
Okerson.
fucking. Yeah,
dude, Netflix loves those specials. They're fucking
he was
cheap
on
to make.
He's on a Netflix. You know those Netflix series that they have, like the stand-ups. There's another one. I don't know what the Degenerates. I think they're called. I think this. I'm not sure what it's called.
Bumpin' Mics is great with Jeff Ross.
I'm not sure.
The Degenerates. It's called The Degenerates on Netflix.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So
I love the stand-up specials, man. There's some fucking
that
great
special
ones.
with Big J Okerson. Anthony, check that out.
Right.
It's so fucking.
I'm gonna watch that.
Dirty.
Okay.
There's that little person comic also who has a special. He's really funny. I forget his name. I think he's British. It's not Warwick Davis.
No, it's not.
No.
Is it Dionne Warwick?
It's
Dionne
Psychic
Friends?
Warwick Davis.
Remember, that's a pull from old Rug Boy. Ooh.
All right, Rugbot Man. All right, gang. That's the show. Remember, follow us on Instagram, listener. I'm going to keep repeating this. At Jock and Nerd. Link in the show notes. There's a lot of fun content.
Definitely follow us on Instagram. It's an easy follow.
It's an easy follow. Sometimes Ruggs will have the account. Sometimes Anthony, I'll give him the account. They'll be posting a lot of fun stuff. We will communicate with you there.
When I'm on the account,
yes,
you'll get
topless photos. Nothing but chest,
maybe
ab shots.
Hopefully. But give it to me on the weekends, and I'll show you a weekend in the life of the Jock.
Like that. That's what I'm talking about, and it's kind of why I started the Instagram. I wanted the people to get into the Jock's life. It's nothing but flashing lights and fucking spinning disco things and booze, and it's dark, and you can't tell what's going on, and the music's loud.
Yep. Can't see who the person is next to you, but you're making out with them.
You don't know what you're drinking. Costs $20.
All true.
I don't know what's in this. At Jock and Nerd, look at the link. And look, I know you fuckers shop at Amazon. Use our affiliate link. You'll be helping us out.
How do they do that?
You can go to the website and click on the banner link, or simply in the browser type jockandnerd.com/Amazon, and Amazon will be there. Shop as normal. When you check out, we get a little commission, a little sales commission for affiliating. That's how it works. I don't know, but that's how you do it.
You guys all shop on Amazon.
Everyone is on Amazon right now as we're talking, as they're listening. And of course, help us grow. Tell a friend. Share the show. Thank you for listening, listener. We love you.
What about me?
And, Rugs.
You son of a bitch,
son of a bitch.
Imran.
Where can the people find you? I'm sorry. I forgot Rug Boy was
Listen,
still
you made
here.
it to the end of the show. Listen, assholes.
Yes.
You made it to the end of the show.
Yeah.
You listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And now you know, what do I do? What do I do with my time? Well, you go to Twitter and you go to @reallyRugboy.com.
No, that's not how it works.
@reallyRugboy.
Twitter.com/reallyRugboy.
Just, what am I saying?
Something.
It's too late for me. And just, you come hang out. You made it this far. Go to Twitter.
Ruggs is very active on the Twitters. And try to piss him off. It'll be hilarious.
All right, good night, you fucks.
All right, thanks for listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's the nerd.
We'll see you next time.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's really good.
I agree.
This is going great. Ah, yes. I see that you know your judo well.